progress, that's only made when you decide to push yourself and believe that you have this ability. The best way to do it is to encircle yourself with people, places, and things that will foster those thoughts and those ideas of progress. Join our community to elevate your growth. Like the video and ring the bell to get the latest motivations that are sure to keep you on that path to getting the things you deserve. Your mind can do one of two things. It can be a powerful weapon for your progress, or it can simply be a deterrent to your growth. That's for you to decide. Now, what is your inner dialogue telling you? Are you telling yourself that you can? Or are you allowing your mind to feed you those thoughts of fear and defeat? Now, to counter those beliefs, you have to tell yourself that you can do it, even when your mind is providing negative justifications. Affirm yourself. That's crucial, because it's the only way you can forward your progress and your growth. Now, there's the power in affirming yourself, because your mind, it'll constantly tell you everything opposite your abilities. And it'll do that in an attempt to get you to stop pursuing your goals. Now, the mind, it's not being cruel. In fact, it's only against you because it feels like it's protecting you. It realizes how difficult it is to achieve your goals. And it believes that deterring you, well, that's keeping you safe. So to combat that inner voice, you have to actively go against it by fighting the feelings that justify procrastinations or those refusals for you to move forward. Progress is only going to happen when you go against the grain of your negative beliefs. Then you got to do the things that you know you need to do. Although your mind is trying to convince you that you can't or you don't even need to. But ask yourself this. Is your movement more important than your stagnation? Because if it is, you know that you have to counter everything negative that your mind is telling you. You have the ability. You also have the capacity to move, even when your mind is attempting to justify why you can't or why you shouldn't. Our brains are hardwired. You have the ability. You can override those thoughts. You can tell yourself, I'm going to make it happen, no matter what. Don't let your mind fool you into believing that you don't have the capability for forward progress, because all of us have the ability to move forward and to find a better version of us through all the chaos that's in our mind, that's in our heads, those inner thoughts that are doing everything to keep us in that cage of mediocrity. But the reality is, you are made to be bigger. You were put on this earth for a reason. You were not put on this earth to be like everyone else. There is something special about you. And even though the mind is trying to do everything they can to keep you in this zone of mediocrity, because it feels there's the safety. Your goal is to push through all that negative chatter. And yes, that means that you're going to have to go through the pain, the challenges, all the difficulties, everything that the mind is trying to keep you from achieving. Because again, it acquaints you getting to the better version of you with pain, with hardship. And it wants to keep you safe. It wants to make sure that it's protecting you, that it's doing its job. You have to go against that. Because if you don't, you'll find that you'll be just like everyone else. And if that's what you want, then that's fine. But again, we were all placed on this earth for a special purpose. The goal is to find out exactly what it is. So you can't listen to those voices. Back in the day, it was doing everything it could to keep you safe. That rustle, it was in the bushes. It was some animal that could attack you. But that's not happening now. Now, it's just your mind that's afraid of your forward progress. There's nothing in the bush that can attack you. The only thing that can stop you is your belief that you can't make things happen. Because there is some voice that's always in the back of our mind telling us that if you fail, then you're going to be defeated. That's not true. Because failure is a part of progress. As a matter of fact, if you don't fail, you're not even attempting to move forward. Denzel Washington said that. His whole philosophy was, you have got to move forward, even at the risk of failure. Because failure is the only way that you will learn how to actually become successful. Don't listen to those voices. You gotta stay moving, because you got this. Now your mind, it's always playing tricks on you. It'll attempt to do everything to convince you not to move. It does things like putting you in that comfort zone or even playing on your worst fears in an attempt to keep you safe, stagnant, small, and mediocre. You have to override that train of thought. Embrace a group of like-minded individuals that'll encourage you to stay forward in progress. Like the video and ring the bell to get the latest motivation. They're sure to keep you on that path. And no matter what you're facing, don't let your mind convince you that you don't have the ability to discover that better version of yourself.